Good evening, everyone, and welcome to your home away from home at Illinois State University. My name is Patrick Walsh. I serve as the Director of Recruitment and Operations in the Office of Admissions, and we're so excited that you've decided to take part of your night to hear a little bit about housing and dining at Illinois State University. I want to say congratulations to all of our admitted students who are joining us tonight. Congratulations on your admission. And we do hope that you get a lot out of our session tonight. We do have a great program for you. Joining me this evening will be Hillary Campos, who is the Assistant Director of Marketing and Communications for University Housing Services. And Hillary will be talking about a variety of options that we have for housing at Illinois State University. After that, we will have Sam Schultz, who is the Assistant Director of Marketing and Communications with Event Management, Dining, and Hospitality. And she will be talking about a variety of dining options that we have at Illinois State. So we plan to go about 25 minutes or so with presentations on housing and dining. Following that, we'll have a panel where both Hillary and Sam will come back out and will answer questions that you all can submit throughout the presentation tonight. So using your QA button that is at the bottom of your screen, you should be able to submit questions throughout the presentation. I have staff behind the scenes who will be answering some of those questions. And again, following the presentations, we will leave some time to do a Q&A. So with that, I'm going to ask Hillary to join me and to talk a little bit about university housing at Illinois State. How you doing tonight, Hillary?
Great, Pat. How are you?
I'm doing well, doing well. I'll let you go ahead and take it away.
Awesome. Welcome, everyone. Like Pat said, my name is Hillary Campos, and I'm the Assistant Director of Marketing and Communications with University Housing Services. I'm here to chat with you about some of our housing options at Illinois State University. There are a couple of things to consider when it comes to on-campus housing. First, our housing policy at Illinois State is that you're required to live on campus if you are within 2 years of your high school graduation. So that could be typically your first and second or freshman and sophomore year students. So those first 2 years on campus, you will be living with us, and it is a requirement. So even if you took some college credit in high school, we are just interested in when your high school graduation date took place. So when it comes to our on-campus housing options, we've got a few great spots that our students love, and they fall into 4 areas on campus. As you can see here, we have Watterson Towers on the left, Hewitt Manchester Hall all the way to the right there, Tri Towers in the middle on the top, and apartment living as well. So Watterson Towers, that image you see on the left, is a 28-story residence hall. It houses approximately 2,800 students. It has a connecting dining center, and it's very close to the quad. It has a very unique floor plan, and our students really love it. It's an iconic building on the Illinois State campus as well. To the top of your screen, you will see Tri Towers. As the name suggests, it's made up of 3 buildings and houses approximately 1,100 students. It also comes with a dining center located in the center of it, where you can also access it without having to go outside during the cold and rainy months. So that's a really big perk about Tri Towers. Tri Towers is very close to our athletic facilities as well, and it is a very swift walk to campus. It's a great option for students who love attending sporting events as well. The building you see all the way on the bottom right-hand side, I apologize, the upper right-hand side is Hewitt Manchester Hall. It is made up of 2 18-story halls and is a short walking distance to the Watterson Dining Center. It houses 1,525 students and has all of our themed living learning communities. Those are floors in which everyone on the floor has the same major. So it could be a floor full of nursing majors or teacher education majors, business, math, and science. We have 18 total themed living learning community floors available to students. These spaces allow our first-year students to blend the academic and residential sides of campus and to get assistance from other people who are taking the same classes and working with the same professors. Cardinal Court is going to be on the bottom there, and that is for upperclassmen. It's the image you see, like I said, at the bottom in the middle of your screen. These are university-owned apartments and available to sophomore students and above at Illinois State. It's also a great way to transition out of the residence hall environment into a more independent setting, still owned, operated, and supervised by University Housing Services. So, you'll get that same great level of service and care. We're available if you need anything in all of our residence hall options, but it's also a great way to experience a little bit more independence and maybe try your hand at cooking as well. All of our residence halls have the following amenities, though. Free washer and dryer access in each hall, piano rooms and soundproof music rooms, printing stations that you can use your own money on your Redbird card to pay for printed. If you have an essay or homework due, we have printing stations in all of our residence halls. We have Subway sandwiches attached to every residence hall and on-campus apartment complexes, student spaces and conference meeting rooms for when you want to collaborate with others, as well as do group homework projects and what have you. We also have a free bus service with the use of your Redbird ID that circles around campus in all of our residence halls as well. We have fitness centers in every single residence hall. We also have outdoor basketball courts and sand volleyball courts. We do have parking lots within proximity. And yes, you can bring a car if you wish. However, most first-year students who live on campus do not. There is also a 24/7 front desk service. So moving on, regarding the on-campus housing requirement, we do have a $300 initial payment, and we ask students to commit by May 1 to do so. If you are required to live with us and you've been admitted to the university, we send that information to you via email. So if you've been out of high school for less than 2 years, that means you are required to live with us on campus. If you have signed your contract through the housing and dining portal and made those payments completed by and including May 1, you are guaranteed a randomized online room selection date. Between now and late June, you can create a personal profile, review the themed living learning community process. You could also roommate match and sign and select a meal plan. In mid-June, you will receive online room selection dates, which fall in late June and early July. Themed living learning community priority room selection is the last week in June. General room selection, however, occurs in late June and early July, just like I mentioned. If you submit your contract and initial payment after May 1, you can review the TLLC, so Themed Living Learning process. You can create a personal profile. You can still submit room location and room type preferences and sign and select a meal plan as well. You will not be able to roommate match, however, as this typically cannot be accommodated due to space availability. So it's really important to have your contract submitted and initial payments before May 1st. So you will then be later manually assigned a space after your room preferences as a guide between July 10th and 12th by one of our assignments representatives here in housing. So again, very important to have those contracts and initial payments submitted to the housing and dining portal before May 1. I did want to note that some themed living learning community academic departments have not let us know the populations of folks that will be living on themed living learning communities, but once they do, we will then put it in on the profiles of people who qualify for those spaces. Those folks will get an email about selecting the specific themed living learning community floor at a later date. The roommate matching process is completely online, and the process goes as follows. You complete your profile in the housing and dining portal. Then you can search by profile or portal number. If you want to be with someone specific and you already know this, you simply send them a request using their portal number or name. That person will then just need to go back into the portal and accept it. Then you're matched. There are multiple ways to meet potential roommates, either through the housing and dining portal or social media as well. It's okay if you do not have a roommate solidified before room selection. Our assignment staff will match you with someone based off of very similar profile preferences. So now that was all required for required students. If you are not required to live with us, but want to live with us, you will need to submit a request to live on campus. These are reviewed on a monthly basis. Requests submitted this month, for example, will be reviewed the first 10 business days of the following month. You may submit a request to live on through our website at housing.illinoisstate.edu under the Housing Contracts tab. Now, again, this is for people who may be out of high school for more than 2 years. You can still view the themed living learning communities and complete personal profile and room preferences, but cannot participate in roommate matching. You will be assigned a space by housing staff between July 10th and 12th. And again, meal plan, contracts, and selection occur after the assignments are complete. For this entire process, the last day to cancel without any financial penalty through the entire process, as mentioned, is June 1st. So moving on to what research you can do before you move in. You don't have to wait until move-in to see your room. Our website has very detailed room layouts at housing.illinoisstate.edu under the Places to Live tab. We also have 360 room views so that you can look at each room at every single angle. We have videos of all of our tour rooms and window facing directions regarding which rooms face which direction based on room number. So for example, let's say you want a room facing the quad. You'll be able to tell which rooms do based off of the window facing documents that we have on our website under room layout. So that's going to come in handy quite often. All rooms include the following for each resident. We have an extra large twin mattress for everybody, a loftable bed frame as well. Everyone gets a desk and desk chair, a dresser, a closet and or wardrobe, depending which room you choose. I do want to mention that for the loftable bed frame, that can go on various different heights. You can go all the way down as a typical standard twin bed can sit. You can also junior lofted. That's where you can fit essentially a mini fridge and the dresser underneath and other storage items, or you could jack it up all the way to the top, which essentially you can fit a whole desk under there. You can fit a futon under there. There are many different heights that you can put so that your living space is exactly how you want it. So moving forward, health and safety is our number one concern. We want people to not only feel like this is their home away from home, but we want ISU's campus to feel that students can relax and feel comfortable while on our campus and in our buildings. Our buildings are locked 24/7 electronically. Only those students who live in the buildings have the electronic access to get into them. So that provides a level of security when people are inside your building. Our night operations also provides an additional layer of security that has a presence that every entrance and exit from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. every single day. So also another level of security as well. Our night operations folks, they check IDs and keys of students, again, to provide that extra layer of security. Every floor in University Housing Services has a student RA, that's a student leader who does everything from help students get to know each other, connect them with resources on campus, and provide them with additional learning and leadership opportunities. They're available at all times for the people on their floor, no matter what they might need. We also have a 24-hour on-call professional staff member that's a full-time employee who lives in the building and also works in the building and who's available for anything and any emergency that might come up. Even in the late or early hours of the night or morning, we're available for students no matter what the need is, whether it's a simple noise complaint, a roommate conflict, or just connecting with some of our great campus resources. As we proceed on to the next slide in our presentation, I'll let you know that University Housing Services has a lot of opportunities that are available. We make a lot of programs available to students, ways to get connected to the campus community, socials, concerts, events, all kinds of things to not only make it a place that you sleep, but also a place that you can get connected to the campus community and a place that you can really feel like your time at ISU is meaningful. You also have a lot of employment opportunities here at UHS for students. University Housing Services is always available to you. We do have a number of social media accounts, and I encourage you to get connected to them. We do aim to create communities so the students can feel like they've got a home away from home, like I've mentioned before. And we are excited for the fall 2023 semester and are excited that you've accepted ISU as your home away from home. I encourage you to connect with us again on social media accounts. You can follow our story throughout the summer as we prepare our buildings for the fall. As you can imagine, move-in day is just as exciting for us as it is for you. We hope you can connect with us throughout the summer. This includes my section of the presentation, so I'm going to kick it over to my colleague, Samantha, from Event Management and Dining Hospitality. Samantha, how are you today?
I'm good, Hillary. Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. I am Samantha Schultz. I am the Assistant Director of Marketing and Communication for Event Management, Dining and Hospitality, or as we refer to it, EMDH, because it's quite the mouthful. And in short, that handles our dining centers and the Bone Student Center. If you've been to an admissions event or if you're going to come and you visit the housing table, conveniently, dining is usually right next to it because we go pretty hand in hand. So it works out that I'm following up from Hillary. Today, I'm going to highlight some of the things that our department does. And first off, we'll start out with the memorable experiences that we try to create for our students. And the big way that we do that is through your meal plans and our dining centers. So we have two different dining centers here on campus, Watterson Dining Commons, which is located inside of Watterson, and then Marketplace at Lincoln's, which is inside Tri-Towers. Each of them has very similar offerings, but also is very unique in different ways. So for Watterson, we have a station that really focuses on fresh and healthy meals. We also have a venue that has create your own burrito bowls, tacos, quesadillas, things like that. And we also have an allergen-friendly station at Watterson. So we call that Station 8, and it serves all meals without the use of the top 8 allergens or gluten. And that is open 7 days a week, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So if you have any kind of dietary restrictions, that's a great option for you. Over at the Marketplace at Lincoln's, we have a wood fire pizza oven that students really like. And the big hit over there is the Mongolian grill, which is a build your own stir fry that the chefs then cook right in front of you on the flat top, which is just a fun experience. And it's also delicious. A question that I commonly get after talking about our two dining centers is, can I use my meal plan at both of them, or do I have to choose one? And the answer is you can absolutely use your meal plan at both of the dining centers, and we really encourage you to do so. That's how you're going to get the most out of your meal plan and really get the holistic experience of dining here on campus. While we're talking about meal plans, I'll talk about some of the different options we have. So when you are living in the residence halls, you are required to have a meal plan. And for our on-campus students, you have two different options. So first is going to be the unlimited, which is either 7 days or 5 days, specifically Monday through Friday. And that's what it sounds like. You get to eat in the dining hall as many times as you want throughout the day, whenever it's open. We also have a traditional, which is more of a weekly type deal, which you either get 14 or 19 meals to use throughout the week. For our students living off campus, you also are available to purchase a meal plan. And those are block plans. So that is X amount of meals per the entire semester. So as you can see on the right hand of the screen, you either get a 50, 100, 150, or 225, and you can use those however you'd like throughout the duration of the semester. One perk to our meal plans is that they all include flex dollars, which is additional dining dollars that get loaded on to your Redbird card, so your student ID. And those can be used at a variety of different dining locations across campus. So as you can see here listed on the screen, you get a lot of different options. Some of these are inside of the Bone Student Center. So we have Starbucks, Qdoba, Timbers Grill, which is an original concept that has burgers and fries and shakes like you can see on the screen. Star Ginger, which is stir fry, sushi, egg rolls, McAllister's, Subway's not in the Bone Student Center. The Landing, which is an original concept as well that has build your own pizzas, and then our own branded Bird Bites, which is things like sub sandwiches, chips, cookies, that kind of stuff. Additionally, there's a few different places on campus you can use your flex dollars. So as Hillary mentioned, all of the residence halls have Subway in them, and you can use your flex dollars there. You also can use them at Milner Cafe, which is inside of the library, the Business Bistro, which is inside of the State Farm Hall of Business, and then also at the Starbucks in the fitness center, and then the vending machines in your residence halls as well. So lots of places you can use your flex dollars outside of your meal plan swipes as well. So regardless of where you're eating on campus, it's really important to us that you're getting a high quality variety of food selection. So whether you're in one of the two dining centers or in one of the many places you can use your flex dollars, we really want to make sure that you're getting high quality options. I just threw a lot of information at you about meal plans and dining. All of that is available on our website, which is dining.illinoisstate.edu/meal plans. So we can answer all those questions, or you can look at that information on there. So the next thing I want to talk about is customer service. So providing exceptional customer service is super, super important to us here at EMDH. So one way that we do this is by ensuring that all of our students are able to enjoy their meal plan to the fullest extent possible. So one thing we offer is a team of registered dietitians who are available to meet with students for any number of reasons. So we have many students here on campus who have allergies to foods, who have dietary restrictions, or who just kind of need help navigating the dining centers and understanding what they can eat, what fits within their dietary needs. Our registered dietitians are happy to meet with you and to go over those different options. Additionally, we have a website called Net Nutrition that covers all of the nutritional information about the foods you're going to eat in the dining centers. So it has nutrition facts, allergens, information about what kind of ingredients are in the foods and in the different meals. It also is a very useful in that it has little icons. They usually look like whatever kind of food it is, and it will note different things about a food. So if you're looking for a vegetarian option or a vegan option or something that does not use or have gluten in it, you can really sort it out and figure out what you're able to eat inside of our dining centers. And finally, we also try to, have some fun in the dining centers, and we try to provide good customer service by offering special themed meals or different events throughout the semester. So we did a Mardi Gras dinner recently. We had a special menu for the Super Bowl. And yesterday we handed out, I think, 1,000 homemade ice cream sandwiches dipped in chocolate and sprinkles as just a fun way to break up the semester. We find that these are good ways to help students maximize their meal plan, but also just to, enjoy the day a little bit. Next thing I'd like to talk about is student development. So EMDH is the largest student employer here on campus. So we have somewhere around 1,000 positions for students that are really diverse in what you can be doing here on campus. So between working at the dining halls, the Bone Student Center, catering, there's a lot of different things you can do within EMDH. All of our positions have very flexible hours. So you're obviously a student first, that comes before it. And so we understand that you have classes and homework and all of those things to do. We also offer early move-in for the fall. And I'm sure anybody here can attest at ISU that move-in is a little crazy. So if you are employed with EMDH coming back into the semester, you get to move in early before all that craziness. Your jobs are conveniently located on campus. So if you live in a residence hall and you work in the dining center, you don't even have to go outside sometimes to go to your job, or you have a short walk over to the Bone. In addition to that, we also have a lot of benefits for working for the department, opportunities for advancement, student management positions, and also you get the chance for a free meal if you work in any of the dining locations. So overall, working at EMDH is a great place to make friends, to meet new people, to gain some experience, build your resume, and typically eat some pretty good food while you're at it as well. If you want to know more about our employment opportunities, you can visit emdh.illinoisstate.edu/employment. And now I know I've also thrown a lot of information at you, so I encourage you to follow our social media accounts listed here. We post a lot about what's happening in the dining centers, food at the Bone, events happening at the Bone, all of that good stuff. I'm going to stop throwing information at you now, and I'm going to hand it back over to Pat for our Q&A.
Thank you so much, Sam. Hillary as well. Hillary, do you mind joining us too for our Q&A? So I see that our chat or our Q&A has been pretty busy. I want to give a shout out to Kristen and Lupe, Derek, Courtney, Samantha, Miranda, and Tracy, who are all behind the scenes that have been answering your questions throughout. So please keep those questions coming. I have a list here already of ones that we'll be answering live here, but again, keep those coming through. So let's see here, where to begin. We'll start with Hillary. And there was a few questions that came through regarding timeline again. So can you talk about that, just very quickly, about that May 1 timeline and what the difference is before and after?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, if you are out of high school for less than 2 years, you are required to live with us. So having your signed housing and dining contract and your payments completed by and including May 1, that means you are guaranteed a randomized online room selection. Between now and late June, you can create your profile, you can review our process, you can roommate match, and sign and select a meal plan. In mid-June, you will then receive online room selection dates. Again, that's completely randomized. Those sets of dates will fall in late June and early July. So you'll receive that date in mid-June, but that the actual date that you will go in and choose your room will fall in late June and early July. So theme living, learning community, priority room selection, that's different. It will be in the last week of June when you actually choose your room space. So again, yes, just wanted to
no, that's perfect. And I
touch
think
base
that
on that.
answers
Yeah.
some of the questions that have been coming through, just to clarify that. I am going to stick with you, Hillary. There was a question that came in from Anna. Are the residence halls, do they have sprinkler systems in the residence halls?
Yes, we do have sprinkler systems in every single room, and all of our communal spaces, our lounges, our bathrooms as well. They take it very seriously, and throughout the summer, they repair and ensure and do a bunch of different safety checks to ensure that everything is working properly.
Awesome. Sam, we're going to come over to you. Can you talk about, well, first of all, there was a question about whether or not there's a dining center in Hewitt, Manchester. So if you could answer that. And then secondly, we had some questions about the ability to carry food out of the dining centers, like takeout, for those students who are busy and kind of on the run.
Absolutely. Yeah. So there is not a dining center located inside of Hewitt, Manchester. It is just a short walk over to Watterson, though. And as I mentioned, you can use your meal plan at both locations. And so a lot of students who live in Tri-Towers, even, which is a little bit farther across campus, will visit Watterson because it's more conveniently located to them. But our Hewitt, Manchester students typically dine at Watterson because that's the closest one. As far as takeouts, we do allow takeouts. It's just a different way that you swipe in when you come in. We limit it depending on the type of meal plan you have. So if you have like an unlimited plan, you get 3 carry-out meals per day. And so you just go in, you swipe in, they give you a to-go box and a cup for a drink, and then you go in and fill it up and take it out, just like you would with a regular to-go box at a restaurant.
Great. Sam, I'm going to stick with you. A question that came in from Todd. The question was, can you use gift cards at some of the flex option in the Bone Student Center? So Starbucks, Qdoba, or Subway sandwich shops.
That is a great question. So it really depends on the venue. So I know specifically here on campus, Qdoba does not allow gift cards, and we don't really have much control over that. It's just kind of what their corporate office allows. But for example, Starbucks, I do like my iced coffees, and I use my phone app all the time to pay there. So you can't order ahead, but you can use your phone app there, which would allow you to use a gift card. So it really just varies depending on the location. And if you go to our website, dining.illinoisstate.edu, it will list the options for payment for each of our locations.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay. Hillary, there was a question that came through regarding kitchens in the residence halls. Are there kitchens available to our students living in the residence halls?
Yes, absolutely. There are communal kitchens in every single residence hall. Obviously, in Cardinal Court, you get your own kitchen. That's apartment style living, though. But in all of our residence halls, we have essentially a full kitchen with stoves and ovens and everything that you need to cook a meal if you do not want to use the dining centers. But I will say the dining centers are delicious, and the on-campus restaurants are delicious as well.
Excellent. Hillary, we're gonna stay with you. There's a question that came through. Aside from the roommate profile that you can fill out on the portal, what are other ways that students can connect? I think you mentioned the admitted student Facebook page. Are there other ways that students can connect to help find roommates?
Yeah, so you can look on our portal for people who have similar interests as you and lifestyle preferences. So that's one way. Obviously, social media is a great tool to use, or if you know people who are also going to Illinois State. But the housing and dining portal is a great option to look at different people's profiles to see how you match up with them, and to then, if you can meet on that portal essentially, and then start communicating through whatever means you want to communicate to eventually match if you do want to go that route. But yeah, the housing and dining portal has a lot of great features to communicate and connect.
Awesome. Sam, coming back to you for some more questions about flex dollars. Will your flex dollars expire, or do they roll over? Can you share a little bit of information on that?
Yes, we get asked this a lot. So flex dollars roll over from the fall to the spring, but not the spring to the next fall. So I always tell students, if you're coming up on spring and you have flex dollars, go to the Bone and eat all your meals there, because you do not get to roll them over. How it works is if you have, let's say, $100 left over in the fall, in the spring, once you use your set amount of flex dollars, you then get access to your leftover bank from the fall. And the flex dollar amounts really depend on the meal plan, which is available on our website again. But it varies depending on what type of meal plan you have, how many flex dollars you're getting. And so just check that with the meal plan you're choosing, because some of them do come with more and some of them come with less.
Great, thank you. I'm going to stick with you,
Okay.
Sam, for another question. And this one that I have for you is regarding meal plans and the ability to change those. So if a student is selecting, let's say, an unlimited 7-day meal plan and they identify that they really don't need that, how would they go about changing that, and when could they do that?
Yes, so we do have a set date to when you can change it by. It's about, well, the date varies every semester, but it's about 2 to 3 weeks into the semester. And you just go on to your dining portal, housing dining portal, and you submit a request for a change of meal plans. Past that, you don't have many options for changing, or unless you're canceling your meal plan altogether, but you can change it before the next semester. So if the first semester you think, I just really didn't need that many meals, or I need more meals, then you can change it for the following semester.
Excellent. Hillary, there are questions, I will say, pouring in regarding things that you can bring into the residence hall. So I already asked about a kitchen and you answered the accessibility there. Can you bring your own microwave? There are questions about mini fridges. So could you just touch upon some of those things that students wouldn't need to bring, and maybe some things that students can't bring?
Yeah, so actually we have a really good PDF list on our website. I will recommend that you go there. It is under our move-in tab. It is phenomenal. It has everything that you can think of what to bring and what not to bring. But items to bring, obviously, you don't want to pack too much, but enough clothes for the season. So it'll be summer, fall. You can obviously swap those clothes in and out. You don't want to bring your whole wardrobe with you right away. As the summer months end, you can swap those out, like I said, but bedding you want to bring, you might want to bring a TV, you might want to bring a futon, depending on the space that you have. Obviously, reusable items that you can use on a daily basis, toiletries and whatnot, towels. But things that I suggest you do not bring are, we do not allow microwaves. There is actually a microwave on every single floor in our residence hall, so that is really convenient. It's already there for you. I do not recommend bringing candles. I do not recommend bringing blenders or the tea kettles that heat up. I do not recommend bringing those as well. We do not allow air fryers in our halls either. There's a couple more items though, but again, that full list, like I said, is available on our website under Move In. It provides a very, very detailed what we recommend you bring and what we recommend you do not bring.
Thank you, Hillary. I'm going to take this one. There was a question regarding the housing initial payment and another deposit that students would need to pay. And so I can take that one. Hillary discussed the $300 housing contract and initial payment. That is different from the enrollment deposit, which saves your space in the incoming freshman class. And so while if you want to have choice in your housing selection, you need to submit that housing initial payment by May 1. The enrollment deposit, which saves your space in the incoming first year student class, is also due by May 1. So your admission right now, and our students that are on here have all been admitted. You have until May 1st to make that decision. The enrollment deposit is $150, and it can be paid on myillinoisstate.edu. Again, your admission, your scholarship offer, all of that is good until May 1st. If you wait until after May 1st, there is a good chance that we will be full in terms of enrollment. So do yourself a favor and get that enrollment deposit in. That is different from the housing contract and initial payment. So thank you for that question. Okay, let's shift back to Sam Schultz and a question that came in regarding registered dietitians. Can you talk a little bit about how you get in contact with a registered dietitian if you have a food allergy or dietary restriction?
Absolutely. So if you just reach out to our email, so we have a few different ones within EMDH. So you can reach out to emdh@ilstu.edu or mealplans@ilstu.edu. Or there's just general contact forms on our websites. So dining.illinoisstate.edu. Reach out there and just say you'd like to get in touch with a registered dietitian, and they will reach out to you individually and set up a one-on-one meeting to chat with you. Or if it's something they can answer via email. And also, if it's just like a general question about the dining center or things like that, our team at EMDH is very good about being able to answer general things. If it's specific to your dietary needs, though, we'll connect you with a registered dietitian and they'll get that set up with you.
Awesome. Another one for you, Sam.
Yeah.
The question was, when will you mentioned employment? When will jobs be posted this summer for students who are starting in the fall?
So we are continuously taking job applications for throughout the year. So those positions are already up and you can be looking at them. If you're coming to preview this summer, I would encourage you to look at those positions ahead of time. We do have our hiring team there at preview. And if you bring all of your information for your I-9, this is all as well, it'll be in the information you get. But if you bring all that information, you can actually come out of preview already hired for the semester as well. So if you look on our employment page, sorry, we have a few different websites, so I have to make sure I'm doing it correctly. emdh.ilstu.edu/employment. That'll show the positions that we have. And then you do have to be like an enrolled student to be applying for them or to be getting the jobs. But this summer you can start looking at them and applying for them, and at preview, come and chat with us.
Excellent. Hillary, a few questions out there regarding lofts. Can you talk a little bit about bunking beds or having lofts?
Yeah, loft kits are provided. They are absolutely free. You do not have to rent them or pay for them. They are provided by us when you move in. So you can snag that from our loft kit rooms when you do start to move in all of your items. Typically people move in their items first and then they go grab the loft kit from our loft kit rooms. And we have signage all throughout and folks helping on where that room is in each residence hall. But when you're lofting, I do recommend having at least 2 people help you because it could get a little tricky with all the different the pieces. It comes with 3 different pieces essentially. And that depends on how high you want to do it. You can put it up all the way where you can fit a futon, like I said, or a TV, a desk underneath, or you can go junior loft, which like I said, a mini fridge can fit under there. A mini fridge also totally welcome to bring a mini fridge. We do not provide those, but junior loft, you can fit a whole dresser underneath there. It has some other storage space as well. I know people who don't want to climb up the back of their bed, they typically go for the junior loft. You can also bunk the beds as well, and that provides a lot of more space in the room, depending on how you want to organize your room layout. But yeah, the loft kit is when you're going to essentially move your bed up higher than a junior loft. So you only need, if you only want a junior loft your bed or bunk your bed, you do not need a loft kit. But if you want to put it higher than that junior loft, so essentially higher than a standard dresser or a standard mini fridge, you want to get a loft kit then. Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Hillary, there was another question that came in from Jay. Are the residence halls open during holiday breaks? Hope you're on mute, Hillary.
I apologize. We do close our residence halls during winter break and summer break, but we do have some that remain open. So we do have some international students that live with us, and obviously they might not be able to go home all the time. So we do allow folks to stay on campus during the winter breaks. You do have to fill out a form, and you do have to communicate with us if you do want to stay, and you'll communicate with your residence hall coordinator or your RA when you're thinking about staying. We do ask that you provide a reason as to why you are needing to stay during winter break. During summer, you are welcome to stay with us, but typically that's for summer school folks. If you're not in summer school, unfortunately, you cannot stay in the residence halls. But overall, we do close down for the majority for winter and summer, allowing a couple of specific reasons as to why folks can stay. Again, summer is only for summer school. And obviously we have preview throughout the summer as well. So that's very exciting. But yes, that is how it kind of works out there.
Wonderful. Sam, can you talk about how a student would track how many flex dollars they have left throughout the semester?
Yeah, absolutely. When you get your login information for Illinois State, you would go to your My Illinois State account and you would enter in your login, so your ULID and your password, and you would navigate to the Finances tab. And in there, it's going to list out the money that you have on your Flex account or your Flex dollars that you have. And it will also give you a log of the previous 30 days of transactions within the dining centers. So you can see how many meals you've used over the past 30 days. You also can always just reach out to us if you have a specific question about how many meals you have left. We will periodically send emails throughout the semester. So if we notice that you haven't used your meal plan, or you have a lot of Flex dollars left, or things of like those circumstances, we'll send an email and say, hey, just so you know, the semester is about 4 weeks in and you haven't used any of your swipes, or hey, we're nearing the end of the semester and you really haven't used any of your Flex dollars. Here's a reminder of how that process works. So your My Illinois State is going to be helpful in that area under the Finances tab.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Hillary, we're going to come back to you. And this is a question about changing roommates. So you select your roommate, you move in, and if you needed to change your roommate or change your room for any reason, how would a student go about that process?
So you would first communicate to your RA on your floor, hey, this isn't working out. We have this certain issue, and your RA is going to try to mediate that situation. Before any of that happens, though, I highly recommend filling out the roommate agreement, which we encourage all of our residents to fill out. That's deciding, hey, I'm a light sleeper. Maybe we should have the lights off at this certain time, or hey, I wake up really early in the morning, just so you know. And it's letting each other know about the lifestyle preferences that you both want to decide on. Or, hey, I know we're allowed 3 guests per person, but can we just have 2 at a given time? Our room's a little, I don't know, it might be cramped based off of how much items you bring. So essentially, really strongly encourage filling out that roommate agreement prior to any conflict arising. And you'll get all the information about the roommate agreement as move-in approaches. But if conflict does arise, your RA is the first person you will want to go to. They will try to mediate the situation with you and your roommate. If that does not work, it will escalate to the residence hall coordinator. They will also try to mediate as well. That is our process here. We're really trying to see, can we resolve this conflict? If that does not work, we will take extra steps to move the individual out of the space. Obviously, we really don't want that to happen, but it can happen. Obviously, emergency situations can happen as well. If it is an emergency situation where a person needs to be removed from the space, we will make sure that that person is safe and that there's no harm coming to that individual. So just, yeah, there is a process if it is not an emergency, but if it is, we will definitely take action.
Perfect. Thanks, Hillary. Sam, can you talk about how you would add additional dollars to your Flex account?
Absolutely. So you can add money to your Redbird card at any time through your My Illinois State account or working through student accounts, really. So as far as like adding Flex dollars, you basically just add Redbird dollars, which is very similar. You can use it at different areas on campus. So you can use your Redbird dollars for things like printing at the library. So you just go onto your account and you add money on. So if your parents want to throw $100 on there for you to use, you access that through your Finances tab in My Illinois State.
Awesome. Put you on the spot, Sam. What's the best place to eat on campus?
Oh, that's a hard one, Pat. See, I didn't have a meal plan because I didn't come here, like transferred here. And so I love eating in the dining halls because I think there's just so many options. I love the Mongolian grill. And it's kind of a joke among the office that all I eat is toasted tortilla burrito bowls at Watterson Dining Center. So I highly recommend that. But I just think it's nice that there's so many different options that I could eat there 3 meals a day for 2 weeks and probably never have the same food if I didn't want to. And everything in the bone's good too, but that's my favorite is toasted tortilla and the Mongolian grill.
Awesome. Hillary, a question that came through, how is move-in week and when is move-in week?
So move-in week is August 14th. Right up until the first day of classes, the day before first day of classes, which I believe is April 20th or August 20th. Today's April 20th. August 14th through August 20th is move-in week. You will be picking your move-in day and time in the portal after you choose your room. So once you get that randomized room selection date, you'll go in on that day and time, pick your room, and then that after process is picking your move-in date and time. Move-in week is it can be a long day, so I highly recommend bringing some helpers with you if you can. If you can't, please let us know. I highly recommend not bringing a trailer or a U-Haul, definitely bringing just enough, the essentials. Labor Day weekend is only about 3 weeks after, so you can definitely bring more back with you. It can get hectic depending on the time that you're there, but we keep the line running. We have all of our staff and we have volunteers helping. We have curb birds that help unload the car, and we'll help you, point you in the right direction. There's signage everywhere. It's a very exciting time. And we keep the line moving, as I said, but you'll essentially move in and then it's up to you what you do. The move-in time that you're picking is essentially a time that is so that we know you're going to be arriving. If you're running late, that's totally fine. If you get stuck in traffic, you don't need to reschedule or anything. You can totally just show up whenever you can get there. That's just so we mitigate the amount of traffic that's coming through, the line wait time as well. So that's that. And you do not have to worry if you're running a little late on your move-in date and time. But we, like I said, on social media, we have so much information about move-in on our website that you can definitely go and check out. During preview, I will get to see all of you again, and I will give you even more in-depth information about move-in as well. So excited for that.
Excellent. Well, I do want to say thank you to both Sam and Hillary for the information that they provided tonight. I hope that they were able to answer a majority of the questions that you all had about Illinois State when it comes to housing and to dining. So I also want to share that we had over 200 questions that came through. And so our folks that are behind the scenes, Samantha, Kristen, Lupe, Derek, Courtney, along with Tracy. I know that they've been very busy individually answering your questions, and we greatly appreciate that. So I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you to all of you for joining us tonight. We hope that, again, you found this helpful. If you have other questions, I know that both Sam and Hillary provided information on how to contact their offices. I did want to put up for the Office of Admissions, our admissions email, admissions@illinoisstate.edu, along with our phone number. We want to make sure that we're getting you all the information you need in order to make your decision to join us in the fall. Again, we are not far out from May 1st, which is that date that you would have to commit to come to Illinois State University through the enrollment deposit. If you have any questions, my staff is available. Happy to help, and we look forward to all of you joining the Redbird family here this fall. So from all of us at Illinois State University, thank you so much for joining us, and we hope that you have a great night. Take care, everyone.